Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I haven't done a talk video about myself yet, so I'm going to do that for you guys now. So, oh, by the way, I already lost 2 nails. So, looks as though I won't be going back to Star Nails. I'll be going back to the salon that I was originally going to, okay, Lana Nails, because clearly I had 2 nails that fell off already. So I guess you can call this an interview on myself, if you like, because technically I'm pretty much telling you guys a little bit about me, so I guess it's kind of similar. So I'm going to get into it right now. So, as you all know, my name is Mary. Okay, my full name is Mary Elizabeth Margaret Smith. Okay, Mary Elizabeth is my first name, Margaret's my middle name, Smith is my last name. All right. Mary for short, or you can call me Liz or Lizzie for short. Or you can call me straight up Elizabeth, okay? Or just Mary. Whichever you prefer. Okay? It doesn't matter because it's all part of my first name. But technically I prefer Lizzie, only because it's shorter and it's easier for you guys to say. So I was born in Queensland, Australia. Okay, I was born in Maryborough in 1994, 3rd of October. So that makes me 30 years old. I'll be 31 this year in October 3rd. Okay, I was born and raised in Hervey Bay, Queensland. Okay, I honestly went to Urangan Point Primary State School over in Queensland. Now, the hometown that I grew up in was a fishing town. Well, it's not really much of a fishing town now because it's more built up into like a city now, and so there's like more shops over there now. And we have our very own water park, like theme park over in Hervey Bay. Yes, the Gold Coast, I've been to the Gold Coast once. No, I've not been to any of the theme parks over in the Gold Coast, okay. I just never really got a chance to doing that when I was a kid. Which is disappointing. I would have loved to have gone to Movie World and Dream World and Sea World and all those other fun places over in the Gold Coast. Still my favorite cartoon characters and movie characters. But I just never got a chance when I was a kid. Sorry. Dry throat. So I moved from Hervey Bay to Tasmania in 2005. And in 2005 I transferred over to Nixon Street Primary here in Devonport, okay, Tasmania. And by the time I was 13, I ended up joining the Australian Army Cadets. I did post a video of my graduation and my Anzac Day parades, along with a few pictures. So I did end up posting those on this channel as videos. You can go check them out. What inspired me to join the Army Cadets? Well, my pop was in the French Legion, French Army, whatever you want to call it. Okay, he was in the Vietnam War, and part of that inspired me to join, so I could get to know my pop. I got to understand a certain type of like things that my pop would have done or close to it. My mum was in the Army Reserves, so that also inspired me to join. And another thing that inspired me to join Army Cadets was we had a few Army reservists and Naval and Air Force reservists come into our school to talk to us about job careers and all that stuff, like, you know, Defense Force stuff. So that too got me inspired, and yeah, that's when I came home and I said, hey, I want to do this. I'm interested. And Mum's like, okay, well, tell me what it is that you want to do. So I go, Air Force. And Mum's like, no, you're not going to do anything to do with planes. Mum's like, it's either the Navy or the Army. And I was like, well, I don't want to join the Navy. And then Mum was like, well, Army it is. So Mum shot off an email to one of the lieutenants that are running the cadets. Now, the lieutenant that was running the cadets, there was two of them, okay, but one was a retired Army reservist, while the other one was still active in the Army Reserves. And yeah, and I remember coming home every day from school, I'll be like, is there a reply yet? Is there a reply yet? Is there a reply? And Mum would keep saying, no, just be patient, okay, they'll respond. And a few weeks later, I come home from school, I asked about the email again, and Mum's like, alright, hang on, I'll check. So Mum checks her email, and up popped the email from the Army base here in Devonport, and one of the lieutenants say, hey, yeah, sure, come in. This is the time we start, and show you around and all that. So 6 o'clock came. I was there. I was ready. I met the lieutenant who was still active in the Army Reserves, and we had a bit of a chat before brought me inside. And the funny thing was, he goes, you look cold. Because I was literally freezing my backside off, okay? Because it was getting close to winter, and yeah, I was just like shivering. And so he got me inside and showed me around, and out came the paperwork. My hand was literally sore after signing so many forms. I think it was like 10, 10 pieces of paper I had to sign, or it could be more I had to sign, but but it was a lot of signing. And yeah, so I showed up. Okay, this was like well before my graduation, like before my recruit training. I showed up at the barracks because he told me just to show up in my uniform and some sneakers, and that's what I did. And next minute, here he is walking up behind me, and it's like, "Hey, I got something for you," because like they were trying to fit me into my combat boots, and they couldn't find a pair to fit my feet because I got big feet, and all the women's shoes were too small, and the men's shoes were already taken up. So my lieutenant came up behind me and he goes, "Yeah, I got something for you." And I turn around and he goes, "Here you go, cadet. Take care of these. I wore these when I was in Afghanistan." And I looked at him funny. I'm like, "Huh? Were you really in Afghanistan?" He goes, "Yes, I was. I was actually fighting. I'm an army reservist. I do part-time army." I'm like, "Oh, okay." so I thanked him for the boots. So I went and changed into my boots, and I made some new friends. And by the time I graduated, because it was for 2 nights, it was like really impressed of how I picked up, like how fast I picked up. And it's like, right, guess what? We saved you a spot for our Anzac Day march. I literally lit up. I'm like, wow, okay, this is happening really fast. I was not expecting this. So he got me off to the uniform store, and I got suited up in my dress uniform, and I polished everything up, ironed my uniform, and off I went. Like, because, 25th of April is Anzac Day. And I joined cadets back in March 8th, 2008. So, not long after that, I was leaving. Okay, I was moving. I ended up moving to New South Wales. Okay, so I ended up living around the Albury-Wodonga area. And I ended up going to a different cadet unit, the Light Horse. So that was like really overwhelming for me, because the way they did their drill was more advanced to what I was taught over here in Tasmania. But it's okay. I still picked up. So it was all good. So I left the Army Cadets when I was 16. Big mistake. I should have stayed in until I was 21, because then by the time I was 21, I would have known a bit more. I would have then said, "Hey, I'm going to go into Army Reserves, but I would also like to volunteer my time to help out with cadets," because I would have had learnt a lot more than what I did. So I made that mistake. I should have stayed in longer, because, I had a plan. Okay, I wanted to volunteer my time with cadets as well as being in reserves. Um, but doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good now. Things change. so so that was yep. So that was 2008. I moved to New South Wales, and then I stayed there for a while, and then 2019 I moved back here to Tasmania. Obviously, um, yeah. So the move back here happened well before COVID. So um, moving on to the next question about myself. Um, the high schools I went to, okay, here in Tasmania, I went to, like I said, Nixon Street Primary. I went to Devonport High. And then when I moved to New South Wales, I went to Murray High. All right. Um, moving on to the next question. Um, what do I like? Well, it depends. Well, let me tell you. Um, Now to do with animals. Yes. What do I like? Animals. I love horses. I love seahorses. I love cats. I love dogs. I love rabbits. I love guinea pigs. I love birds. Okay, I like snakes. Believe it or not, I do like snakes. Um, I like lizards. My favorite lizard is a gecko, because I like those little tiny small ones. They're quite cute. I love geckos. Um, I love frogs. Um, I love dolphins, whales. My favorite fish, a clownfish. I love clownfish. Um, my favorite insect. Oh, I have a couple of favorite insects. Okay, so I like butterflies. I like I like lady beetles, ladybirds, whatever you want to call them. I like praying mantises, aka stick insects, whatever you want to call them. So they're my favorite insects. Oh, and moths. But there's like only a certain type of moth that I do like, and they're the cabbage moths. They're like these small little ones, and they're white. And I like these big black ones. I think the big black ones are pretty. But yes, that's pretty much all I like for bugs and animals. My favorite color. My favorite colors are pink, blue, white, red. Okay. I choose red because pink comes from red. Okay, so it's purple. I like beige. Okay. But my main favorite colors are actually pink and beige. And yeah, yes, that's it. Pink and beige and blue. They're my main favorite colors. Um, favorite bands and singers. um, Britney Spears, Evanescence, Queen, The Clash, AC/DC, The Veronicas, Hilary Duff, Kelly Clarkson, Jeremy Renner, um, Epica, who else? Lisana Coyle, I think that's how you pronounce them. Rihanna, I love Rihanna. I love her music. Um, I love Pink. She's cool. Gwen Stefani, I like her. Well, her older music I like. Um, I like I like Adam Brand. He's an Australian country singer. I like Shannon Knoll, country pop Australian singer. Um, I like Adam Lambert, of course. I love his music. Some of his music are kind of like cheerful and happy, so he's good to listen to when I'm feeling down. I like Cat Stevens. I like ABBA. Uh, my favorite singer who doesn't sing anymore. Okay, it's Mandy Moore. Okay, she doesn't sing anymore. You guys won't know who she is unless you Google her. Okay, she is a singer. Um, Road Traders. Okay, Road Traders are an Australian band, but they're no longer playing. I like Fergie. I like the Black Eyed Peas. Um, my favorite song. Oh boy. Well, if it had to be from Evanescence, it would be Going Under. And my favorite Britney Spears song would be Baby One More Time and Oops, I Did It Again. My favorite Jeremy Renner song. Don't get me started. I love all his songs, okay? I don't have a favorite. Why? Because I absolutely love all his songs. Okay? So they're all my favorites. Um, my favorite song from the Blues Brothers soundtrack, Rawhide. That's my favorite song from the Blues Brothers soundtrack. Favorite movies, um, Born. Okay, I just started watching Born and I got interested, so now that's become my new favorite movie series. Um, the Blues Brothers 2000, Crossroads. No, not the horror movie Crossroads. I'm talking about the Britney Spears, okay, Crossroads movie. Um, I like the Simpsons movie. I like I like the Resident Evil movies. Um, The Ring. But the first two, which are I say the originals. Um, the others, it, the others is a Nicole Kidman movie. It's about this family who passed away and they don't want to let go. It's a really sad story. Okay, um, it's not to scare anyone, but it is a sad story. Um, I love Top Gun. Um, what else? The Ghostbusters. I absolutely love the Ghostbusters. All four of them. No, three. And there's Ghostbusters, then you got Ghostbusters 2, then you got Ghostbusters Afterlife, and then you got the Ghostbusters reboot. So yes, there's actually 4 of them. So yes, I do like all 4 of them. I love all the Jeremy Renner movies. My favorite one is 28 Weeks Later. Clearly. So, only because it's a zombie movie. Who doesn't love zombie movies? And plus, Jeremy Renner's in it. But mainly because it's zombies. um, but no, I do love all the Jeremy Renner movies, okay? They're my main favorites. Especially Hansel and Gretel. Because when I was a kid, I used to have the Hansel and Gretel book. And Mum would read it a few times for me, and yeah. So that was like one of my favorite fairy tales growing up. So why not? Um, Favorite actors? Well, Jeremy Renner, Dan Aykroyd, Melissa McCarthy, Tom Cruise. Um, there are a few others actually. Oh yeah, Melia Akovich. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Um, I like Michelle Rodriguez. Okay, I like her. I liked her in SWAT and Resident Evil. She was pretty cool. um, Favorite food. Okay. Um, my favorite food is pizza, pasta bake. I love lasagna, but I prefer my lasagna with mozzarella cheese, not that god awful cream cheese stuff that you stick on lasagna. No way, that sounds gross. If I was to make a lasagna, I would use mozzarella. The grated cheese, okay? Only because it will taste nicer. Um, I love spaghetti. um, I love scrambled eggs on toast with some bacon on the side. But, you know, after. But I don't think I want to eat bacon anymore. Mainly because I've seen what they do and it's kind of cruel, and I kind of grown attached to liking pigs. They can be quite cute, dirty but cute. um, Favorite takeout. I'm gonna say Donut King. I love donuts. Especially the cinnamon ones. Mm-mm. um, my favorite drinks. I love chai lattes, especially if they're like cinnamon with a bit of vanilla. Um, I like red wine. I love beer. I'm a beer drinker. Um, Whiskey, but I like to add my whiskey in with my Coke. You know, the Jack Daniels. um, I love Irish cream, which is also an alcoholic drink. It's milk based. You can stick in your coffee, or you can add milk to it, or you can just drink it straight. I love my vodka. I love my vodka cruises. Um, like the Cowboys. They're my favorite, but we call them mud shakes over here. So they actually had a name change. Um, yeah, I like apple and blackcurrant juice. I like just plain coffee. I like herbal tea, like lemon and ginger, mixed in with some honey. Um, I like water, obviously, because you got to stay hydrated, keep your skin looking nice. um, but I love my water with a little bit of lemon. Okay, it just gives that nice lemon flavor with some ice. um, so that which is perfect for summer. Um, favorite sport? Car racing. I love car racing. I love motorcycle racing. I love show jumping. I love dressage. What else do I like in sport? Oh, yeah, I like football. No, not soccer. No. I'll play soccer, but I won't watch it. But yet I'll play it. Um, football here is AFL and NRL. Okay, so, you know. And no, here in Australia, we don't wear shoulder pads, we don't wear helmets, we don't wear any kind of padding. Why? Because we are not sissies, okay? We are not sissies. We are nothing like America, okay? The reason why America wears padding is because they're all a bunch of wusses. They're girls, okay? They're girly girls. They'll be like, oh no, don't, I, I can't get injured. No, no, just no. Okay, we have to wear padding. Okay, why? Just why? Okay, stop being a wuss. Stop being such a girly girl. Stop being a la-di-da. Do you see us Australians wear padding when we play football? No, we don't. Why? Because we are tougher. We suck it up. Okay? We suck it up. Okay? We don't care if we get injured while playing sport, okay? Because we're not wusses. We're not sissies. Okay? Next question. Outdoorsy things. Yes, I like being outdoors. But one problem, not here in Tasmania. No. If I could say the same thing about Queensland. I would not go outside, okay? Because Queensland is like pretty much like you're living in the desert, okay? It is hot, it's humid, okay? It's like a sauna, basically. I would not go outside. Your shoes will literally melt. Okay? Up in Queensland, your shoes will melt. And you'll have tar sticking to your feet. Okay? It's not nice. So, no, I would not go outside in Queensland for a simple fact that I'll get sunburnt. Also, here in Tasmania, I won't. Like, I know I do go outside because I don't have a choice, but I hate it. It's cold, it's hot, it's warm, it's sunny, it's raining, it's dark, it's bright. I get sunburnt, I get frostbite. So it's like a mixture of things here in Tasmania, and it's oh no, absolutely not. So camping in Tasmania would be out of the question. um, But like for going out in town, like shopping, it's fine, okay, because other words, no, just no. Definitely not. Anyway, having said that, I do like being outdoors, okay? So, moving on to the next question. My natural hair color is light brown. Believe it or not, it is 100% true. My hair is light brown. However, I have colored my hair black. Okay. Why? Because I prefer dark hair over light hair. As you can see, I have some regrowth happening at the moment. My natural hair color, okay, coming through, as you can see. So, yes. So that will get fixed up once it's all grown back. My eye color. My eye color is a light blue with some grey. Okay, so it's like a blue-grey, but comes out as more of a blue color. Unfortunately, you can't really notice that on camera very well. It just looks dark. But yes, you can actually see that my eyes are actually like a blue-grey, up close. So like very light, but from a distance they look dark. I don't know how that works, but what else about me? My personality. Oh my god. Okay. Hey, personality. I'm friendly. I'm easy to talk to. I'm shy. I'm quiet. Sometimes I go quiet. Sometimes I go shy. But I can be talkative. Okay. I have a weird sense of humor, as you guys would have found that out from my cooking video and my pie videos that I've done. Okay, so a weird sense of humor, as you guys will have found out. But yeah, I'm easy to talk to, easy to get along with. Okay, I don't tolerate bullies. I don't tolerate rudeness. I don't tolerate people who are disrespectful. All right. So that's just me. That's my personality. So yes, I do have a kind heart. Okay, I am loving. Okay, so I am gentle. Star sign. I'm a Libra. Chinese star sign, dog. Okay, so yay, go me. What pisses me off the most about the horoscope is that everything is wrong. Okay, that's why I don't read horoscopes, because everything I read in the newspaper section, where they sometimes have the horoscopes, or you get one of those horoscope books or magazines, they are totally wrong. Okay, some of it's just not even worth believing. Okay, it's all made up. Okay, the truth is, a Libra is actually attracted to Capricorn. Capricorn and Libra are very similar. Okay, hardworking. Okay, romantic, loving, kind, caring. Okay, they're both humble. They're loyal, respectful. They're both polite. They both have a weird sense of humor. Like I said, they're both romantic. So Libra and Capricorn would actually make a great couple. Okay. So that's my view of horoscopes, okay? What else? What is there about me? Oh yeah. My favorite holidays. Well, I wouldn't call Halloween a holiday. It's just another day where you get to like dress up in a fancy costume, watch scary movies. Okay, I do cosplay. So yes, I do Resident Evil. Okay. My character is Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. Alright? So yes, I am Jill Valentine. um I I portray her in my cosplay. No, I have not been to Comic Con dressed up as my character. I would love to go, but to enter, it's there's a lot involved to enter apparently, because my cousin has been to many Comic Cons, entered into plenty of them, as she like dressed up in like characters that she chose. Okay, so you know, and besides, I don't have the means to get to Canberra to go to Comic Con all dressed up in costume. All right. So I mainly do my cosplay around home. I do sometimes go out in public in my costume, but it's very awkward for me because you know, being a cosplayer, one would think I'd be used to it, right? But I'm not used to it. So because I started my cosplay back in 2018, I think it was, when I started doing cosplay. So I'm still very new at cosplay. Yeah. But once I feel more comfortable, then I'd be able to like organize the days I want to do my cosplay and be able to go out freely without anybody bothering me, okay? Because that's my fear, is I go out in my cosplay costume and people might laugh at me. I just don't feel comfortable in doing that at the moment, so I leave it for Halloween until I do feel comfortable. And then once I do feel comfortable, then maybe I'll start entering into Comic Con. Maybe. Okay. Maybe. What else? What else is there about me? Uh, oh yeah, favorite TV shows. There we go. My favorite TV shows: The Simpsons, Buffy, Angel, CSI, CSI Miami. The Saddle Club. Uh, what else do I like? What other TV show do I like? Blue Healers. Um, yes, Blue Healers is actually a Australian TV series. um, I like Mr. Bean. I like Top Gear. I like watching The Super Nanny, but I only watch it when I get bored and I've got nothing else better to watch. What else do I like watching? Oh yeah, Army Wives. I love watching the Army Wives. Um, yeah, I think that's about it for TV shows. Oh yeah, Resident Evil. I actually love Resident Evil, like the TV series. Although it's kind of sucky that they won't do a second season of Resident Evil Infinite Darkness and the second season of the new Resident Evil series. All because the guy who played Wesker passed away from a heart attack, I think it was. So I know there's been talks where they wanted to do it, but I don't think they can actually find someone to actually replace him to play Wesker. So, my favorite video games: Resident Evil, Parasite Eve, Barbie, like the Barbie games, mainly horse ones. um, Racing car games. I like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Plants vs Zombies. um, I like playing Hearthstone, but Hearthstone is really brutal because some of the players I play against are like really, they cheat, and it's like, why are you cheating? There is no need for cheating. It's supposed to be a fun game, okay? It's supposed to be a fun online game to play, and you're picking out cards that you're cheating with. Why? Why do you feel the need to cheat in Hearthstone? Okay, I don't understand that. So I tend to crack it, and I start rebuilding my deck, and then I start doing what they do. I start cheating, and it's like, yeah, well, if you're going to cheat, then I'm going to do it because fair is fair, right? I mean, you're going to allow the other player to win, right? You can't just have all the wins. So if you're going to cheat, I'm going to cheat. Fair is fair. What do I... Okay, moving on. Favorite book? Stephen King, The Green Mile. I have seen the movie The Green Mile, and I love the movie. So, and I've read the book a couple of times when I was in high school. I actually do have my own copy of the book, which is actually in my cupboard. Yes, I have ridden a horse before, a couple of them. Favorite anime? Pokemon and Sailor Moon are my favorite animes, as well as The Simpsons. I think that's pretty much all about me. It's not really much there. um, I do love comedy. Anything that I can laugh at. Okay. Um, I do have a daughter. Okay. She is, 10. She'll be 11 this year in August, on the 13th. No, she does not live with me. She actually lives with my ex. Okay. So I do video calls with her, which is pretty cool. um, and yes, I did actually show you guys the photo album, which had my daughter in there as well. Okay, so yes, I got 2 ear piercings. Okay, I did have a third, yes, but I took the third one out. I did have a nose piercing, but I removed that. Okay, it was really annoying and frustrating. What else? I did high school drama. So I did acting for like 4 years. So from year 9 to year 12. I was in a school choir from grade 3 right up to grade 5. And then I went back into choir when I was in grade 6. I was a member of the Albury Wodonga Bagpipes and Drums Corps, which is a marching band. They tried to get me to do the bagpipes. I'm like, no, I can't even play a recorder. So I end up playing a snare drum. So I was learning to play a snare drum. So yes, I am a musician. I just have not been able to, practice. Because when I moved here in 2019, I just got rid of everything. My music and everything. Well, I kept my music sheets from bands, and my drum pad. Because we use a drum pad to practice on. And then we use an actual snare drum when we do our performances. So, yes, I am a musician. Still am a musician. Like I said, I just haven't been able to find the correct drumsticks so I can actually, do it all over again. I would buy them from the Drumming Mad website. However, they're like expensive at the moment. I have to get them when they have the sales. But I have been trying to look at different music stores here in Tasmania. There is one music store I have not been to yet, which is out in Burnie. I might actually go check them out, see what they have for drumsticks. So yeah. No, sorry, there's one spider over there, is it? It better not be. Yes, I have arachnophobia. I am terrified of spiders. I'm also afraid of heights. Like, I'll go into like up on high places, but I just can't look down. Okay, because that's when I panic. I was diagnosed when I was a kid with a heart murmur. However, I've not been back since to actually have it fully diagnosed as to what type of heart murmur that I have. Apparently, there's like a few different kinds, but no, it's a heart murmur. I've got it. I know I've got it. I just need to be aware. Also, it's not affecting me because I'm still around, obviously. I have a disease in my fingers, like in my hands, which make my hands swell up every now and then. At the moment, they're not too bad. Okay, they're not too bad at the moment. The swelling in my fingers, like the pain in my joints, like in my knuckles, happened when I was 16 years old. Okay, true fact, I was healthy, I was skinny. Okay, so I wasn't fat. All right, I was healthy, I was thin, I was fit. All right, so there's no health issues related. Okay, this happened out of random. I ended up getting sore joints, fluid going up along my fingers. I could not bend my fingers at all. They were literally purple and cold to the touch. Like, my hands had been in a freezer for like years. That's what it felt like. And it was so painful. My doctor had to tell me that I had to wear gloves every time they swell up, just to keep them warm, or if not, I had to keep moving my fingers, okay, to keep the fluid down and to keep my knuckles moving, like, so they remain flexible, which is the reason why there's no fluid in my hands today, okay, because I've been moving my hands. And I've also been keeping them warm, so, which is the reason why there's no swelling at the moment. But just, I have an unknown disease in my hands. So, like they say, it could be many things, okay? I've tried blood tests and, so, yeah. So it could be anything. I would actually go back and have it looked at again, but I need to go back when it's really, really bad, so then the doctor can actually physically see what is actually going on. But like I said, at the moment, they're not too bad. There's a little bit of fluid, but it's not even noticeable. So I'm actually happy today because I got fingers today. I think that's going to end this video today. Alright. There's not really much I can say about myself for this video. I just wanted to give you a brief idea of who I am for this video. Alright, I'm sorry if I was talking too fast for you guys. I don't mean to talk too fast, but, you know, we all do it, right? We all talk fast, we all talk slow. It's just the way it is. Although I've not had any issues because a lot of my followers, they tend to understand me, so. Anyway, I'm going to end this video right now because I've gone over gone over my time limit that I was wanting. So if you like my videos, smash the like button. Comments and questions left down below. Please be polite and respectful. Alright. Be mindful of what you say as well. Okay. So no bullying. I don't tolerate bullies. Your notification bell's optional. Subscribe to my channel if you like my channel as well. Okay. So, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.